guys, it's Lenny. I am doing this video today because this was requested by one of my viewers. And the purpose of this video is for those of you who are new to makeup and you kind of want an idea of what products you should apply on a daily basis in order to make your own little daily makeup routine. And also I'll be giving you some ideas and suggestions of what makeup tools you can go ahead and add to your collection as a beginner in makeup. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Right now, I do not have a foundation. I'm in the process of trying to figure out which one is the correct color for my skin. So I have one of these little samples that I got from Macy's, from Lancome. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of foundation on the areas that I need to cover some of my acne scars and just even it out. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some on this area which has a few little acne scars. I'm only applying a little bit because I do have oily skin, and when you have oily skin you have to be careful with the foundation that you wear. As you can see guys, I'm not going fancy at all. I use my fingers to apply my foundation. I do not like to use sponges, so I just covered it up with foundation. Now the next thing I'm going to do is apply powder. Now because I really don't wear foundation, and when I do wear foundation is a little bit like this, I use this Dual Finish powder from Lancome. And Dual Finish means that you don't really need foundation because it already contains some extra coverage. This is what it looks like. Now this comes with two sponges, this one and this other one which is thicker. And this is the one that I like to use. But in my case, because I barely have foundation, I will go ahead and apply it with this. When I apply my powder, I like to start with my nose. I don't know why, that's just the area that I always start with. And then stay away from the bottom of your eyes. That's a very delicate area, and if you apply too much powder, the fine lines that we all naturally tend to have will be more pronounced, and if you have wrinkles, they will also look worse. So go ahead and stay away from that area. And we'll be covering that up now with concealer. When you apply the powder, make sure that you avoid focusing too much on a specific area, otherwise you will have darker spots throughout your skin, and you want to avoid that at all. Now what I'm going to do is, because I will be applying eyeliner and I want the eyeliner to be able to stick, I'm going to apply some powder on my lid. Unless of course if you are planning on applying concealer on your lid, then don't apply the powder there, because you want to be able to apply the concealer first and then the powder. Okay, now that I already applied my Dual Finish powder on my skin, I'm going to go ahead and apply some foundation under my eyes. Now I'm not going to recommend any specific foundations because I'm sure all of you have different brands that you prefer, but the one that I use is this one from Lancome, and this is the one that's more sort of like liquid form. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this and apply it under my eye and right in here. Now some people like to use brushes in order to move their concealers around. I don't use a brush. I just go ahead and use my finger. Dab, dab, dab. Very smoothly. You have to be very gentle. I do not like to just take my finger and rub that area. It's really sensitive area. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on my other eye. Now when you choose a foundation to achieve some coverage under your eyes, you have to make sure that it's not too dark, and also make sure also that it's not exactly the color of your skin. It should be a little bit lighter. At least I prefer for it to be a little bit lighter, because under that area you want somewhat of a highlight and be able to cover the darkness. Now the next step that I like to do since I'll be working on my eyes, is my brows. I did apply powder and they are somewhat white and powdery. Okay, so here I have a piece of white bead. I wet this area a little bit. So I will be removing all that powder that I applied by mistake on my brow. Once I've done that, since my brows are somewhat wet, I like to take a spooler. Now that it's wet, I like to go ahead and brush them up. And this is what I like to do when I fill in my brows. I like to focus on the top part just to even out all those little hairs there. So I like to go ahead and fill in this top part right here, just to even out. If you have like little hairs there that are smaller than others, just go ahead and even it out. Very, very little. I don't make it too drastic, so I don't want people to notice that I fill my brows. I just do it to cover up those little imperfections on my brows. Now the next thing I will be doing is applying some blush. Now this is the brush that I like to use. This is the powder brush from e.l.f. from the $3 line, and this is a very good makeup tool that I recommend that you add to your makeup collection because you can use this for a lot of different things. Now the blush, of course, you'll use depending on what makeup you're wearing, what lipstick and what eyeshadow. I will be using this one from this Profusion eyeshadow palette, which has three blushes here on the bottom. I'll be adding this one, which is kind of like a brownish color but with a bit of pinkish in it. I'll go ahead and start right here. You can smile and work your way up just a little bit. Now the next thing that I will be applying is eyeshadow. I do not wear eyeshadow on a daily basis when I go to work, but because I'm doing this video for those of you who are new to makeup, I feel that when people get scared of makeup, they usually get scared of the eyeshadow part. And in reality, there's no reason for you to be scared of your eye makeup. I will be going over a very simple technique which simply requires that you use two colors on your eyes, and that is a light color and a somewhat darker color. First of all, before I apply any eyeshadow, I will be applying a primer. So using a primer will simply allow for the eyeshadow to be more noticeable, because if you apply eyeshadow on your eye without any type of primer or sticky base, the color will be very translucent, very, very light, and you will barely see it. You don't have to apply a whole lot, just enough all over your eye. And once again, I like to move these things around with my finger. The brush that I'll be using is this eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. This is from their dollar line. If you are wondering what brushes should you buy for your eye makeup, I think if you buy this one brush, you should be okay. There's no need for you, if you are new to makeup, to go out and buy one of those expensive sets that come with like a bunch of brushes. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply this pink eyeshadow on my lid, but instead of going all the way to the end, I'm going to go a little bit more than halfway. So this is how I'm going to go ahead and apply it. I'm not going to the top, I'm just keeping it on the lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a darker color. In this case, I will be using a brownish color, and I will be applying it on the outer corner, kind of doing a V shape. Just take this color, and I'm going to go ahead and move it inside and just blend it out. So as you can see, I am doing it very slowly. Do not expect to do one line and bam, just finish it, because it will not be straight and it will not look nice. So this is what my complete makeup looks like. This is a very quick routine, very easy for those of you who are new to makeup. So I hope this was easy for you guys to follow. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below with any questions or comments, and I'll be more than happy to respond to all of your questions. Anyways guys, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a comment. Bye guys.